Hello friends, in our last video we learned how to design a robot from our own imagination, and now we are going to practice that by designing another robot, this time an aeroplane, as a part of robotics construction level 1 program. Our objectives from this video are: practice designing of a robot, design an aeroplane that can taxi around, and construct aeroplane based on design. I will leave the design part to you. I want you to design and complete the robot, but before operating, come back and watch the next part of the video step by step and then see if your design matches our design, and then you can operate it. Let me start with step 1. I will need 4 rectangular plates. 2 of them are joined here top using 2 flat connectors and 2 nut and bolts here and here. Then we create 2 holes using flat rotators. Here one hole, here one hole. Observe the direction of bolts here. Similarly, we have done one more such assembly here. In step 2, we are going to connect these 2 assemblies which we created in step 1 using 2 nut bolts. We are going to keep them a little loose. You'll understand that in the next steps. And we are also going to connect a DC motor here as shown. Let's go to next step. Now we have attached big gear onto the motor shaft and we have secured it with a shaft lock. Similarly, here we have used a medium axle which passes through the 2 holes which we have created using flat rotator, and on one side here we have connecting the medium gear. We are going to connect some spacers. Okay, we are going to connect either spacer or shaft lock behind these 2 gears to ensure that they don't rub against this plate or the motor screws or the bolt head of the flat rotator here. But that you will decide on your own what to put, whether you want to put a spacer or a shaft lock. We need 2 shaft locks inside here between these 2 plates. We need 2 shaft locks so that the axle doesn't move from its place. In the front, we have connected a wheel. You know, wheel has a protruding part and a flat surface. On the flat surface side, we have connected 2 spacers, and on the protruding part side, we have connected 1 spacer, which is in between here. And the wheel is secured in place using shaft lock on each side, one this side and one that side. If you see, the axle is passing through the circular hole which we created using a flat rotator. Let's go to the next step. Here we are going to create one assembly using a square plate, and on 4 corners of the square plates we have connected 4 L connectors using 1 nut bolt. Observe the direction of the bolts, and in addition we have connected 2 more L connectors on top of this square plate using 1 bolt and nut each. We will call this as assembly A. In this step we are going to connect this assembly A on our aircraft body which we have created in earlier step. If you see here, we are going to use 1 nut and bolt each to connect this assembly on top here. Observe the direction of the bolts. In addition, we have connected 2 wheels. In earlier step, we had connected 1 axle and 1 medium gear here. Just next to that, we have connected this wheel and secured with a shaft lock. Similarly, on this side, we have connected the wheel and secured it with a shaft lock. We have also connected 2 more L connectors here using 1 nut bolt. That is used to connect our wings in the next step. You can see we have connected the wings of the aircraft. The wings are made up of our double bars and connected using 1 nut bolt to the L connectors. Here also we had this L connector. On that L connector we have connected this square plate which acts as the rudder of our aircraft. And that completes the construction of our aircraft. This can taxi around, this can move on the ground using this motor. Now what did we do? We practiced designing of a robot. We designed one more robot aeroplane that can taxi around, and we constructed Aeroplane based on our own design. I'm sure you must have loved making this robot. In next videos, we are going to come up with more robots. Stay tuned.